Criticism is when, let's get the dictionary out. Criticism is the expression of disapproval of someone or something based on perceived faults or mistakes. The analysis and judgment of the merits and faults of a literary or artistic work, and those are just stupid. We're going to stick with the first one, the expression of disapproval of someone or something based on perceived faults or mistakes. I'm doing the S thing. I don't know why I'm doing it, but I am. And anyway, that's something you got to take into consideration. Criticism. Someone doesn't like what you're doing. You should never be ignorant. Never be someone who is ignorant and say, you know what? You don't like that I'm a murderer, for example. I'm gonna go in the extreme. You don't like that I'm a murderer? Well, that's your problem. All right? I'm gonna go and kill people. Okay? You don't do that. You don't want to do that. You need to take criticism, because sometimes criticism is good for you. It'll help you to grow. When someone tells me, hey, you're having breathing problems when you're singing, I'm not gonna say to that person, well, I'm having breathing problems? Well, F you, all right? I don't care about what you say. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say, actually, you know what? You're right. I do have breathing problems. Let's fix that. Thank you so much for telling me that, because now I know what other people are thinking when they're watching me, okay? Now, let's take another example. Someone doesn't like something about me that I personally and other people like, and it's something that is just that one person or a few people just don't like it. So let's take one example real quick of a bad criticism. If someone says you're ugly, okay, unless you're fat, like, okay, you're fat, you need to go and lose weight, you need to go and do something like that. Personally, okay, look, I'm not fat, okay? And that is not because I'm like special or better than someone who is fat. No, it's because I have a fast metabolism rate, okay? Let's talk about that for a little bit. I eat a lot. I'm still skinny. Why? I don't go and run every day. I mean, I do now, but before I never used to run every day. I used to just eat, and I go home, I sleep, I wake up in the morning, and guess what? I'm still a skinny guy. Some people's bodies are built differently, but if someone's going to say you're ugly, I just want to get to the point. I'm not trying to say, things. Getting to the point. If someone says you're ugly, let's say your face. Steven, you are ugly. What am I going to do about that? There's nothing you can do about it, okay? So bisexuality, there is something you can do about it, but that needs to be based on actually listening to what other people have to say. I'm sorry if I'm doing that. By listening to what other people have to say. Why do they think bisexuality is wrong? Well, this is why, and this is why. And then now go listen to someone else who says, well, bisexuality is okay, and this is why. Well, first of all, bisexuality is okay because you are born that way. You are born bisexual. You shouldn't have to force yourself to change, blah, blah, etc. like that. There are things that you need to go and you need to listen to people. And you need to take their criticisms and you need to know why they think what they think. And then, if you still feel after that, after listening to what they have to say, you still feel like, you know what? They're wrong. After listening to the good side, the pros and the cons of both sides, then after that, you can really analyze the situation and then say to yourself, okay, well, this is what I want to do. This is who I'm going to be, okay? Because this is better than this, okay? Put it in the thing. Okay, this is better than this, okay? And you do it by analyzing things. And I'm sorry that I'm taking so long in this video, but I'm hoping I can make it a little shorter. But anyway, so I hope that makes sense to you, okay? I use this without religion. I can answer this with using religion in the most beautiful way, and it will really help you. But without religion, what you need to do is you need to figure out someone's not accepting you for who you are. You need to find out why, okay? Because if someone doesn't like you because you're a murderer, okay, you need to think about it. Why do they think that way? You're going to find out murdering someone is wrong, okay? Why is it wrong? Because you're taking someone else's life. That person's life is theirs, okay? And I hope you're not going off with me. I hope you're here with me. You're understanding what I'm doing here. If you're not, I'm sorry, okay? Then just wait a little bit while I explain this to the people who do understand this. But if you're a murderer, right? You're gonna listen to the person and find out why murdering people is wrong, and you're gonna stop. That's a good criticism. Someone said stop murdering people or stop being a murderer. It's wrong. But you personally believe that being a murderer is okay. Well, it's not. So you need to go find out what is right and what is wrong. And then if you still believe that murdering is okay, then you go off and you be a murderer. Okay? I'm not telling you now go be a murderer, but you know what I'm saying. I hope you do know what I'm saying. Now let's move on. You have some other stuff. There are some other things I wanted to tell you, but I don't want to just throw all of my problems on you. Plus, I know there's others in your need also. But I promise that I won't hold anything back anymore. I love you so much, and you always cross my mind from time to time. I believe in you with all my heart, and I do pray for you. You are always going to be a part of me. I think of you as my brother that will be there for me until the end. Don't stop believing in me. I won't let you down. Thank you so much for your message. I hope that what I said has helped. And I'm sitting here right now. I've been sitting here for about an hour and 20 minutes just to answer that one question. So I really hope that helped you. It's really hard for me when I can't sit here and talk about religion and stuff because there's a lot of people with different religions, and I don't want to cause problems. But message me privately, you know. Anytime you have something, message me privately, and I'll try to answer it in the video. And if you still want more, message me, and I will definitely talk to you, finish it up in private, okay? Now let's go ahead and finish off to another question now. Finally moving on. Someone said, I have problems with procrastination. Do you have any tips to get over it? It says, I can't stay focused on schoolwork. I'm always distracted. How can I stay focused? So, you're having problems with procrastination. I'm pretty sure we've all had problems with procrastination. In fact, I've had problems with procrastination as well. Let me tell you, I have a family business. And in this family business, I have to edit weddings. And I've procrastinated a lot. I could have finished like a bunch of weddings by now, but I haven't. Why? Because I procrastinated. But how so? Well, I procrastinated in a way that is good in a sense because I was taking and learning about religion, learning about other things. I was helping people with their problems. So that's not exactly procrastination, but at the same time, it still is. Even if something is good, for example, religion or going and helping others, that's good. But you're still procrastinating. No matter how you want to think about it, you're still procrastinating. Because what does procrastination mean? Well, it means you're taking something and you're putting it back there and putting something else in front of it. I hope you're going to find that in the dictionary, actually. You're going to find out, you're going to see a fist in the picture, and it's going to be switching sides, basically. I'm just kidding around. That's not in the dictionary. But I think that is the way procrastination works, is basically taking something that is really important, and you're going to take it and kind of move it back just a little bit, actually. You probably just move it back. Like, I'm just going to move it here. And then all of a sudden it starts moving more and more back. And then finally the day comes when it's due, and you're just like, what am I going to do? Oh my God. You know, and now you're having a lot of problems, okay? So, I'm having problems with procrastination. Do you have any tips to get over it? Yes, I do. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you have your own tips. But let's hear my tips, because my tips are much better. I'm just kidding around. But let's hear my tips, because it's good to have other people's opinions. It's always wonderful. I always listen to other people. Don't think for a second that I didn't learn about procrastination from another thing. I go to Google and say, hey, how do you stop procrastinating? And I learn things. There's a lot of things you can learn without having to go to me. But it's nice that you can go to me. If you're having trouble, I can get to you on a personal level through these videos. So I'm sorry that it takes me so long to answer these questions. Anyway, if you're having a problem with procrastination, how do you get over it? Well, there are a lot of things you can do. First of all, this one is really simple and is basic. You need to manage your time, okay? You need to figure out every day, am I spending this much time on this? Let's say I'm spending this much time watching TV. Let's lower that. How do you do that? Control. Time management. Time management is very important. You'll learn about this in college. You'll learn about this when you go to college. Anyone who's successful in college knows that they manage their time very well. You have to have really good time management skills to get all A's in school and balance out all of your classes. Because what are you doing when you're in college? You have all these classes, and you need to balance them all out. And that's what you said. I can't stay focused on schoolwork. I'm always distracted. How can I stay focused? Why are you distracted? That's the question you need to ask. And then when you find out the answers to that question, then you need to say, okay, so now how do I make that distraction go away? If it's noise, if it's something that you cannot get rid of, it's a distraction you cannot get rid of, then you need to find a way around it. You need to find a way. For example, if someone is going to be screaming in my ear every day, okay, and I can't stop him, I can't stop him then. Do you understand? You really can't. This person's going to be screaming in my ear. So you need to ignore that distraction, and you need to start focusing. You need to focus. And that's what you need to do. But I'm thinking your distraction is something different. What are you distracted by? For example, are you distracted with a girl? You're kind of like having a little crush. You have a little crush on someone. Is that your distraction? Well, that's definitely a good distraction. I mean, it's not good like that, but that's a good reason for you to be procrastinating. It's because I'm sorry that I'm using the word good. You know what I mean, though. But that's the reason why you're procrastinating. Is because when you're working, you're thinking about this crush. I like this girl. Oh, you know what? And then you start drawing. You start doing things that have nothing to do with your work at hand. And let me tell you something. When you're thinking about this girl, you're thinking about her. She doesn't know what you're thinking. Okay? Think about that. All right? Think about that real quick. She does not know what you're thinking. Okay? So stop wasting your time thinking about this girl. Okay? You are who you are. And let me tell you, a girl likes a man. Girls vouch for me. A girl likes a man who can be responsible, who can take care of his job, take care of his work in a timely manner, and then have free time because you're not having free time because you made the free time. You're having free time because you finished all your work and now you have nothing else to do. And then what do you do with that extra time? You be productive. You see? That's the way you got to think. Trust me, you can get your work done like that, and then you can have free time, and then you can start thinking about that girl. All right? But you need to get your work done. That's what you got to think about. There's priorities in life. You have to get that work, okay? And when you get that work done, think about this. That should boost your confidence up. Because now you're getting A's in school, all right? You're getting A's and B's. You know that you're having a successful future. You know you're learning a lot because when you go to school, when you go to class, you're listening to the teacher instead of sitting there and writing all the things that you like about this girl, okay? You don't want to do that. You don't want to take two things, okay, and put them together. That only works sometimes. In this case, it does not. You cannot mix work and a girl. It's just, it won't work. It's not going to work. So how do you fix it? You're distracted by a girl, and I'm not saying you are distracted by a girl, but you can use that as an example, because that's probably a main thing that people are distracted by is a girl, or they're distracted by something else. I don't know what they're distracted by, but they're distracted by someone of the opposite sex. Unless you're bisexual, you're attracted by someone of the opposite sex or the same sex. But you know what I'm trying to say here. So, how can you stay focused? Well, that's the next question now. I just told you why, all the reasons why it's bad, right? Now that still doesn't answer your question. How do you stay focused? Well, let's see. How can you stay focused? Let's think about that for a little bit. Let's see. How can you stay focused? All right, I just came up with an idea for how you can stay focused. Okay. Like I said, it's all about mind manipulation. In your mind, you need to tell yourself this: when I finish this job, I'm going to have free time. And that is going to be a big plus for you, and is giving you something to look forward to. Whereas if you're not manipulating your mind, what are you doing? You're sitting there on the computer. You got your keyboard in front of you. You got your computer. You're doing your homework. I don't care what you're doing. If you're doing math, I don't care what it is you're doing. But you're sitting there, and you're going to sit there, and you're just working. And you're just working in a pace where you don't really think about the future. You're not being prudent. Prudent. What does that word mean? It means mindful of the future. Okay? So you need to be prudent, thinking about the fact that if you are sitting there, you do one question and then start thinking about your girl, you're wasting time.